Warning, this video isn't for anyone under the age of 16. If you're under 16 years old, please leave the video now because we do get into some adult type shit. Thank you. Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy CharlesISanimeWorld, and welcome to my review of UNDEAD UNLUCK Chapter 22. This was another great chapter of UNDEAD UNLUCK. I have to admit, guys, it feels good getting the chapters early. It really does. And I have to say one other thing as well. The thing that I always felt UNDEAD UNLUCK was missing was hype chapters. Sometimes, even when there's action going on, it's nothing that really gets you excited. But this chapter really got me excited, So let's start off this review. And like always, guys, this will be an audio only review. So you can go and take care of anything else you need to do and just have me playing in the background. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about real quick is that long hair Fuko are short hair Fuko. Okay, because some people say they prefer Fuko to have long hair. Some people say they prefer her with short hair. For me personally, I like her with short hair, but I know a lot of other people like her with long hair. So let me know in the comment section below, which Fuko do you like? Short hair Fuko or long hair Fuko? So in the first part of this chapter, we're at this fancy underworld party, and these two guests say, how did the cryptid turn out? And the other person says, well, it didn't have a brain, so I'm going to eat it. Now, a lot of questions come out of that because, for one, what do you do with the cryptid if they actually do have brains? Do you keep them as pets? Do you talk to them? I mean, like what do you do if they have a brain? And just because they don't have a brain, you decide to cook and eat them. Now, the negator is the main event. Basically, that's what everybody's there for because he's the one for sale. Okay, now, this is my problem here. I feel that this negator is on repair because I don't feel that the guy that we saw in the last chapter where everybody was saying, oh, it has to be on repair because the guy couldn't stop himself from bleeding. I don't think that that's on repair. And I'm going to get to that a little bit later on in the review. I do feel that the negator that's up for sale is probably going to be on repair himself. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. So for me personally, the most important part of the chapter was Andy starts talking about how negators have three choices. You can accept their gift and live life. You can choose death, like Fuko was going to do at the very beginning of the series, or you can just double down and go pure evil. But now there is a fourth choice, and that's killing the source, God. Andy said he chooses the Union. And right then and there, I don't think you guys realize how important that part of the chapter was, because at the very beginning of this whole series, the main quest was to find a way to kill Andy. But now Andy seemingly doesn't want to die anymore. There's really no reason to find on repair anymore, although they're still going to do it, because I don't think Andy wants to die anymore. He wants to be with Fuko, and he wants to kill the source, as we just said, because he had a choice. And we know originally, he wanted to just, end it all because he tried so many ways to kill himself, but he couldn't do it. And, he thought that Fuko was going to be, the way for him to do that. But now it seems that he finally has a change of heart. And I think that was the most important part of this chapter. Now let's talk about my favorite part of this chapter, the negator hunters. I love these guys. Within this chapter alone, I had to count it up. These guys killed 5 people already, okay? Listen, they travel by whale. That's incredible. Now, I'm very interested in this Latia. I can't think I can't actually pronounce her name. But it seems like she can see the future, because this one guy who everyone believes is on repair, which I don't think that it is, but everybody believes that this guy's on repair. He asked her, what's going to happen? She says, you're going to get shot in the head. You're going to die. He says, okay, well, I guess I just won't be shot then. And then he slits the other 2 guys' throats. And I'm like, what? Now, this is what I was talking about earlier on. The reason that I believe that this person is not unrepaired because I can't see a negator hunter, even though the negator hunters in the Union have similar traits. I can't see this negator hunter, and it seems like he is the leader. I can't see him being unprepared and some way or another joining the Union, especially if he's a negator hunter. I just don't see him joining the Union. Now, I know what you're saying, Charles. You probably could have said the same thing early on in the chapters with Andy and Foucault. You could never believe that they would actually join the Union, and the Union would actually turn out to be the really good guys here. So I just don't feel that this guy is unrepaired. I really don't. These negator hunters are going to be badasses, and I honestly don't think Andy and Foucault are going to be able to take them all out. The final part of this chapter that I love so much was Foucault. When Foucault jumps into action, she pulls off that hair, that wig off her hair. She strips down so her skin is showing to a certain extent, her arms and legs. Andy, I love this part so much because Foucault and Andy are starting to get so in tune with each other. Andy gets his sword from the robot girl. And I can't think of her name right. I think it's Tatiana or Tati or something like that. I can't think of her name right now. And the crazy part is that Andy slices off his own head and Foucault throws it. Now, when you think about it, that combo like that, when Andy slices off his own head and Foucault throws it, it's sort of like a bad luck grenade because no matter what's going to happen, something bad is going to happen around that head. And I love that so much. And Foucault didn't bat an eye. And, because Foucault's going to save Unrepaired because, that's just who she is. So all in all, great chapter of Undead Unluck. This chapter, really enjoyed it. Chapter 22. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about it. Me personally, I loved it. And yeah, I truly believe that Andy doesn't want to die anymore. So now, the goal has changed. It's no longer trying to find a way for Andy to die. It's trying to find a way to kill God. But hey, that'll do it. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you guys next week. And hey, sayonara, suckers.